I see it. I see it.
Oh, you can see the countdown?
Okay, see the countdown. It says 4:50 now.
Okay, so we're 12 seconds behind at the moment.
Well, I'm 12 seconds behind.
Okay, no worries. All right, I'll be back in a sec.
All right. All right. I don't know. Do you have me unmuted?
No, you can talk away.
I can talk away so people can hear me.
Yes, people can hear you.
People can hear me, and you're walking away right now.
I'll be right back. I'll take a photo.
Oh, fine. Welcome, guys, to the season finale of season 2 of the Escape Podcast. We have a very, very fun finale that you don't want to miss. It kind of changes the game of the entire show at the end of this season. So you do not want to miss that. It will be fun. Hope everybody's staying safe, staying home. Just a lot of fun stuff. And I'm itching to start talking now about everything that we're going to talk. But, I'm going to save it for the show. How long are our seasons? So Scotty was with me for 30 episodes. So we decided to make every season 30 episodes. How long in between seasons? We'll be here next week. So it's not like we're going anywhere. It's just fun to have 30 episodes in a season. Force strong, I will decline to answer until the end of the show. That's all I'm going to say on that. Neil, 1 minute till you're supposed to mute me. Taking a photo right before the show. What is the average airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow, Dr. Feelgood asks? I have to understand whether or not...
Oh, crap, where are we? Okay, I've just enough time to go get my tablet.
Well, Dr. Feelgood asks about the airspeed velocity of swallows, and I need to know if it's African or European.
European.
Am I good for GAC Hospital right after Jedi Academy tomorrow? Yeah, I can do that. I can absolutely do that. So we will have GAC Hospital after Jedi Academy. After Neil gets off of Jedi Academy, I will do my GAC Hospital on Biscuit Weasel's channel. I'm guessing Llama goes first and then I go. Is that what we're doing, Biswees? Neil, I think it's less than a minute. You should be muting me.
Oh, okay, right. I guess we go in silent, aren't we?
Yeah, we gotta go silent.
Okay, go in silent.
This is Darth Rada from GSF Sigma, and you're listening to the Escape Podcast. This show was recorded in front of a live studio audience. This week, GAC returns and Nev once again strives to be on top. That's what she said. Am I right, Paul?
One is a Grand Arena specialist from the UK. The other is a territory battle tactician from the US. Together, there are no signs of intelligent life on board. With both having played this game since launch, the one thing we are sure of is that you will be entertained. The Escape Pod Cast, a service of the Escape Pod Castaways. A weekly podcast about the mobile game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Live from the network studios of Yavin 4, here are your hosts, Neil Andrew Eyre and Paul Anthony.
Coming up on this week's edition of the Escape Pod Cast.
It is the season finale of season 2 of the show.
And we have a packed show to bring you this week.
We are told to stay and play.
I have a much better term for what CG is trying to tell us to do.
There was a limited time event this week as well. Don't forget that.
Well, I mean, if you didn't log in during the evening last night, you completely missed it.
GAC is back, baby.
Yeah, but lots of people have already lost because of a bug that has been around for about half the year now, if you remember that.
Oh, yes, I do. But we will also be making a big announcement about the Castaways network right out of the gate.
And later on, we will have Hynesy from the depths of space for our incoming transmission.
All this and breaking news as and if it happens.
Right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod Cast News.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Escape Pod Cast. I am your host, Neil Andrew Eyre, and as always, to my left is my hetero life mate, Paul Anthony. Paul, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, Neil. How are you this fine week?
Well, you know what? Normally, I'm really upbeat, but you know, stuff happened this week that just really angered me. And normally, I just, you know, I always let cooler heads prevail, but what happened within the gaming community of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes was extremely egregious. So much so that I'm still angry now.
I thought you were talking about that you didn't get the good RNG in Lego again, and you got upset.
Oh God, no! I just don't care about that anymore. I've gone like uber casual on the Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed. I've gone like seriously like uber casual. But they are bringing something into it that might bring me back to being a daily player. At the moment, I'm a 2 to 3 a day player on that game, but they are bringing some stuff in that might bring me back on a daily basis. We shall see. Well,
you have gotten much more into Disney. Arena.
Oh yeah. I am full on into the DSA. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still hate Disney as a corporation. You know, I still mega loathe Disney for what they did to the Star Wars franchise. But the developing company that they've hired to create this game have done a very good job with the IP, and they've created a very fun, entertaining game that is full of content. So yeah, it's fun. You know, can't remember the last time I had fun playing a game where dailies were actually fun. Come on, dailies are normally boring. They're the grindy part of the game before you actually get to whatever the daily event is. You know what it's like. But to actually be able to have fun with dailies, that's a different kettle of fish.
All right. So one announcement that we're going to make right off the bat on this show, with the exception of course, you know, we're on the push to 1,000. We get to 1,000, a lot of fun things happen. I'll get to that probably in Patreon time. I'll get to that at the end of the show this time around, because there is a little bit of hot button issues going on with the game.
Yeah.
But as far as the Escape Pod Castaways Content Creator Network, we would like to welcome the Twitch Chain Gang We had them on last week. We had 4 of them on last week. The list of the Twitch chain gang includes Andy Beads, Gaming Embers, Ando 1990, Little Gator 31, Danish Watt Bot, The Lazy Turtle, Mudbum, you, Neil, under the Escape Podcast's Twitch channel, just Escape Podcast, SWGOH Yeti, who we've also had on, Jake AW16, Pete 2204, Jake Johnson, Texas, or TX, Ninja Chucks, Rand B 2307, Spartan Easy, and Blessed Gamer.
Yeah, the JJ in Texas, I think I can see a little bit of rivalry kicking off there because he, like me, plays 3 accounts. So JJ, you and me, we're going to have a VC. We're going to have, you know, some side bets. We're going to have to put a side bet on. I achieved triple Kyber. Can you achieve triple Kyber? We shall see. And obviously I'm trying to retain, you know, I'm trying to do back-to-back triple Kybers. So, you know, yeah, it's fun.
But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome the Twitch chain gang to the Escape Pod Content Creator Network. We will be setting up a room for them to basically post the chain. And the way that this works is what they do is they stream their GACs, just like you guys watch on YouTube, just like most of our YouTube audience, they like to watch the GACs. Now, our podcast audience, if you don't watch these sort of things, I really encourage you guys to jump on and see how people are handling their game. You know, what counters are going against what counters. It's a great resource, this whole Twitch chain gang, because it's so many accounts from so many spots along a life cycle of the account, and they are 100%. Some of them make jokes that make me roll my eyes. Some of them are right up my alley as far as the humor goes, and some of them are Nev.
Yeah, the important ones are Nev. No, look, the bottom line is with the chain gang, and it's one of the great things about it is one person starts and one person ends, and it doesn't matter where you come in. So if you want to watch everybody, all you've got to do is log on to that first stream, right? And then just play it in the background. Just let it run, okay? If you can't listen to it, throw it on mute. Because you don't need to then connect to the stream after, or the stream after that, or the stream after that. You will naturally get taken from one stream to the other, to the other, to the other. So if you've got a spare mobile device, like I do, that's what I tend to do. I tend to throw it on my spare mobile device. And if I have the time, if I'm not in the middle of doing something, I'll unmute whatever device I've got it on, and I'll just, you know, listen to whatever, you know, whoever is playing at the time. But that's the beauty of it. You don't need to log off one person and log on to another. The raid system within Twitch will just carry you from one to the other, to the other, to the other. So it doesn't matter where you come in on the stream, you'll be able to continue watching it. You know, so you might only come in with the last 2 people streaming. You might come in from the beginning. You might come in from the beginning, watch the first 2 and have to leave. And then when you come back in, you'll be coming back in with whoever's live at that time. So you might catch the first 2, miss the middle 2, catch the end 2. It really, really doesn't matter. The raid function within Twitch is an extremely good function, and it allows it allows the viewers and subs and followers of content creators to be able to be passed on to the next content creator. And that all that does is help each other out. Okay? You might not like, or you might think to yourself, you know, this is too low in GAC for me. I prefer the higher stuff. Or you might be watching someone that's high and think, well, you know, I'm more middle. You know, there is going to be somebody in the chain gang that fits the exact same division that you're in. So you're going to find the content with someone in the chain gang relevant to where you are in GAC yourself, whether you're Division 1 or all the way down to Division 11. There is something for every single person at every single division. You just got to find them.
Yeah, and that it's going to be awesome. And thank you, Andy, for talking with us. Thank you, Neil, for introducing us. And
I'm sorry I couldn't come up with a better name than Chain Gang, Andy, but when we were originally spitballing, that was the first thing that came. It just popped into my head because you wanted to chain people together, and I was like, well, just call yourselves the Chain Gang. So I apologize for not having a better name for the group when we initially talked about it.
So Andy has this drawing here. I'm going to see if it's even going to show up. Hang on. See if that's even going to show up on the background. Yep. Come on. Barely. But it's
just
two,
make it out.
It's two Jedi back to back. And it says GAC streamers. So it's back to back GAC streamers. Get it?
Yeah, I get
it. So anyway. Enough of that. Let's move along to the initiative. Let me bring up the forums here so I get this. I get their exact wording correct, because by golly, wouldn't it be wrong if I got something wrong? All right. So, well, let's talk about the GAC real quick.
Yeah.
Their Grand Arena Championship, they have pilots. They're focusing on the pilots for this GAC.
Yeah.
And they're saying the Rebels with the Cause one is to do to win Grand Arena battles with Rebel pilots. They have Captain Han Solo in here. They have Stormtrooper Han Solo. So a lot of people were complaining. They were saying, oh my God, don't they even know their game? Stormtrooper Han Solo, Captain Han Solo. They're not even pilots in the game. No. But look at the expanded universe. If all your
they're not crew, but they are pilots. See, if you're going to argue, here's the thing, Paul. If people that are complaining about it are going to complain semantics, then they're wrong, because they are pilots. They're just not crew in the game.
Thank you. But the fun part is that they're complaining about the fact that because they're not crew pilots in the game. Do you even Star Wars, bro?
No, I mean, there are far worse things that they've done that we can complain about right now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue over the semantics of pilot versus crew. Stormtrooper Han is not crew. He is, however, a pilot.
Yes,
Just
he
because
is.
he's Han Solo is a pilot. Stormtrooper Han is not crew in this game. So I'm not going to, there's no argument there. But, complaining that, they used the word pilot in the feat, not crew, pilot. So
the one that bugs me, though, refresh my KOTOR memory, but they have T3M4 listed in the droid pilots. Was he really ever... I might need a refresher here, but did T3M4 really do anything on the Ebon Hawk?
Well, I'm sure he probably did something on the Ebon Hawk. I'm positive he probably had to plug into the Navi computer every now and then, or do some repairs on the ship. That wouldn't make him a pilot, but it could make him crew. If you do something on a ship, then technically you would be the crew of that ship, whether you're a droid or not.
Let's check this out. Going Nerdy was like, she and yes. Like he was getting all uppity, and then he realized he was talking about L337.
Ah, right, okay.
He flew the Ebon Hawk to
Did Going Nerdy just assume the gender of L3? Going nerdy, did you just assume? Did you just assume it's gender? How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Okay, they're saying KOTOR 2. See, I never really got into KOTOR 2. You know, I stopped at KOTOR 1, but all right. And Going Nerdy says he does. He absolutely did assume the gender of L3. All right. I'm looking at all the stuff here. All right, guys. So we got an announcement, or rather an infographic, that Capital Games is supporting the Stay and Play initiative that Electronic Arts is putting out.
Bollocks! Sorry.
So from today, when this is being recorded, all throughout the week, for 7 days, they're going to have extra assault and mythic battles. Oh, great. So all the people that have bigger accounts are going to get more Zetas to further themselves from everybody else, Neil.
Yeah.
All right. And then we're also going to get double drops starting tomorrow from the day that they record.
Yay! 2 times 0 is zip.
Yeah. 2 times 0 is still 0.
2 times 0 is still 0.
And Going Nerdy says that you are actually a droid. Might be.
Really? You throw droid. That's all you've got. Oh God, you know. Seriously, if see, this is why you're not quite there yet. You're not quite there yet, Thaddeus. You know, you need to learn from an Australian how to truly sledge someone who is, because right now everything that you're just saying, it's just going over my head. It's like, come on.
Okay,
come on,
Neil. We're gonna have an Australian on later. You guys can sludge it out halfway through. Let's try to be civil. So we get assault battles, we get mythic. So we get ground war, we got places of power, we got secrets and shadows, we got military might. We also get artist of war, daring droid, and emperor's demise mythic events. Those should be fun.
God, Vid's froze.
Okay, well, I mean, as long as they can still hear us.
Yeah, they can.
So let's take off the Zoom.
I'm guessing it's the game capture thing, so
it probably is. Let's take off the Zoom and we'll fix it during the break.
Yeah.
So the double drops, it's not double drops everywhere during that time, Neil. It's not double drops during that time the entire way. What we have is on the tomorrow, we have light side battles. We'll get double drops. Then dark side battles on the 12th. Then Cantina battles on the 13th, Fleet battles on the 14th, and mod battles on the 15th. Who's farming? Who's farming all nodes right now in the end game? Do you touch every single style, or are you going after something in every single spot, Neil?
No, I'm not. Strangely enough, because that's not what normal people do when they're playing this game.
Okay, looks like you got the video fixed. Nice job. On the fly.
I do what I do because I do what I do.
Now, it does also mention that this does not include the Galactic Legends event tickets. So you're not getting double drops on any of that.
Yeah.
That I'm okay with. I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
because
I
it's
don't
gear.
care.
You're going for gear. You're going for you're going for character shards.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I probably will do everything in my power to farm that dark side node for Sith Trooper as much as possible. You better believe that's going to happen.
Yeah. For one whole day. You know,
Well,
I mean, how generous? How generous?
It's for one whole day, but it's also for one whole refresh, Neil.
Wow.
Or for two. It's for two separate refreshes. That's what I mean. So I could farm it hard in the morning, and then when reset comes along, I could do it once again in the evening.
Yeah.
So it's going to be all right. Now, with the fact that it's, don't get me wrong, I am grateful for having these extra battles. I'm grateful for the double drops. I am. But with all the talk up of everything coming along, we were supposed to have a ship raid this month. They could have pushed it up. I'm also mad, and I'm going to show you how impartial I really am here. I'm mad at Bethesda as well, because Wastelanders should have been out this week, but instead it got pushed to next week.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, this whole COVID crap has entirely thrown a wrench into a lot of devs' plans. But Neil, we saw Lego give us a bunch of energy. We saw that Marvel uncapped stuff. We saw that Disney just gave out just rewards. They're like, you're starting this game and you're playing during a time when you should be home. Yeah, they're planning stuff for May 4th. Okay? They're planning stuff for May 4th. Maybe that's, hopefully that's when all of this pandemic nightmare ends. But how about a little bit of stuff now in the form of something that we can use? What's your thoughts, Neil?
My thoughts are, they've got this, stay and play, right? Everybody's got to stay at home. Everybody is now being forced to stay at home. So everybody
But you mean it's the EA's sit and spin initiative, not the stay and play initiative?
Yeah, sit and spin, stay and play, whatever you want to call it. People are being sent home. People are stuck at home. People are behind closed doors, and gaming is a very, very good escape. I mean, for goodness sake, the CDC themselves actually suggested that people sit down and play games because it keeps your brain ticking over. Stay at home and play some video games. So even the CDC's talking about this. And what do gaming companies do? Gaming companies should be taking advantage of this to get some new customers. They literally should be doing everything for free. They should be piling it on us right now. This is the time where you get your meat hooks. I mean, I know it's not sexy and it's not the right thing to say, but this is the perfect opportunity for gaming companies to effectively get their meat hooks in to people that haven't played this game, or people that were waning, people people who weren't necessarily playing a lot. Maybe they'd gone a little bit too casual. This was your opportunity to bring people back, and instead you do double drops and you offer and to top it all off, you put packs. You bring packs out that cost people money. Now, EA, you do understand, right? And I'm going to get heated here. People are at home, not because they want to be. Some people are being furloughed. Some people are being fired. And some people are being made completely redundant. Okay? Never to return to a job. The last thing they want to see when they log into one of their favorite games is you selling them a bunch of stuff for $75 that would cost less than a $20 pack of crystals. Your $20 pack of crystals is 2,800 crystals, right? The stuff that you're selling in your $75 pack is worth less than 2,800 crystals. Gold, I've got a list. I've got a bloody list, and I'm reading it out. Gold, 625k.
Actually, no.
500.
Neil,
okay, you're telling me to hold what?
I want you to hold because we're going to take a break.
Okay.
We're going to take a break.
I'll have
because
calmed down
I know
by then.
people want to be around to see this list. So after this break, I am going to unleash the Nev with reason right after this messages on the Escape Podcast.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
Micaeus Modding Mayhem is the premier remodding service for the game that we all love, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. With some of the most affordable rates in the industry, Micaeus will rebuild your roster from top to bottom and give you consultation on where to go from there. Micaeus has a 100% satisfaction guarantee and lots of useful additional services, including a full cleanup of your mods, loadout pages, PvP plans and more. Contact Micaeus today on Discord at all lowercase Micaeus number 0127. That's MIKAYAS number 0127 or at micaeusmods@gmail.com. Micaeus Modding Mayhem, the official remodding service of the Escape Podcast.
Did you know that if you signed up to become a Patreon, you could get tons of rewards? Force Ghost Scotty could do a roster review for you. Neil Andrew Ware could share Grand Arena tactics. Or Paul could even help you get maximum stars in Geonosis Territory Battle. And you even get access into the after show. Sound good? Sign up to be a Patreon today. For as little as $2 a month, you could unlock a ton of potential content. And also get closer to the hosts. Head to patreon.com/The Escape Pod to sign up.
Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and I approve this message and am compensated for signups for this service.
The world's largest audiobook library is at your fingertips, and the Escape Pod Castaways wants you to try it for free. Head on over to escapepodcastaways.com and click the Going Nerdy offer button to claim a free audiobook and 2 Audible originals. Cancel anytime, and it's absolutely free to sign up. Check out Audible and support the Escape Pod Castaways, all for free. See Audible website for details. Restrictions may apply.
This is Hellenix. #shameless self-promotion. And you're listening to the Escape Pod Cast, part of the Escape Pod Castaways Network.
The Escape Pod Cast.
Welcome back, everybody. The break is over. I'm just going to quickly pass it back to Paul. Paul?
All right. So before we went to the break, Neil basically ripped into Electronic Arts for giving a green light or forcing the hand of CG, we're not sure, to put out a $75 pack of mods and slicing material that, well, I'll let you reset it, Neil. Go ahead.
Does everybody remember when I won off one regarding the Hyperdrive bundle? I referred to it as predatory, didn't I? Everybody remembers I was one of the first people to use the P word, and at the time I did not care because I felt that it was predatory. This is complete and utter bollocks, okay? I try to remain calm and cool-headed when I am criticizing CG. I try to remain as objective as possible. I do not like to be subjective. But this is an extremely emotional time. And it's an emotional time for a good bloody reason. You know, the economy is on its knees and tens of millions of people are losing their jobs and being forced into self-isolation in their homes. A lot of those people, like you and me, we're gamers. We like to stay at home. We like to stream. We like to play our games. What we don't like to see is the developers of the game ripping the shit out of us by putting stuff into the game that's completely and utterly bloody unnecessary. $75 for $20 worth of complete and utter crap that if you really, really wanted, you could get for free over a couple of days. So let's go over it, shall we? 625k gold. You can get that within a couple of days. It's easy to get that within a couple of days. If you really, really wanted to blow crystals, and I don't know anybody that plays this game for long enough that would blow 560 crystals on that gold pack, but that's what you'd have to spend in order to get it. So that's 560, right? 6 mods, free. They're free, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to add on there a 50 crystal refresh, because you know, like I do, that unless you are blessed by RNGesus, you ain't going to get one of each when you go farming. So you'll get 7 mods, but you're going to usually get 3 crosses, 2 circles, and you're going to get 2 diamonds. So it's probably going to, I'm going to give them a refresh in order to get 1 of each. So you get 1 of the 6. So that's 50. Let's go through the mod slicing gear, shall we? So you've got nodes 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, if you go into the store, you can actually buy these. Do you know how much it costs? Couple hundred crystals. It's 200 for the mod gear on node 3. It's 200 for the gear on mod 4. Maybe a little bit more than 2, because you only get 25. In the pack, you get 30. So let's just throw a few extra crystals on there. 5 and 6 is 400, because you get 50 of each. You get them in packs of 25. It's 200 crystals. That's 400 each. The gold ones, you know, the 20 that you need in order to take a mod from 6 to 6, you know, from 5 to 6E, that's 600. You add it all together, you got 2,500 crystals. You go into the store, it's $19.99 for 2,800. So CG, you are peddling this crap to gamers that have been playing your game forever. $75, you disgust me. You absolutely fucking disgust me. Now, under normal circumstances, I wouldn't use profanity. I would try and remain calm. But it's disgusting. It's absolutely despicable that you would even think to put something like this in the store. People who've been playing this game know that that pack that you put in at 75 is complete and utter trash. It's disgusting. It's garbage. And I hope to God nobody buys it. But there are early adopters of this game that don't know just how predatory you've got with your packs. This is predatory. Yeti said it last night. I'm repeating him again. This is a predatory pack of bollocks. And you should be bloody ashamed of yourselves.
And not only this, Neil, only because the only thing about this is that it comes with a 6-speed arrow, and that it's all this speed. They're admitting that all this stuff it comes down to speed. That being said, Micaeus, you know, he bought the pack to see, is it going to roll perfect? It didn't even roll perfect. You are buying a damn lottery ticket for $75 for your digital space Barbie.
Mm-hmm. Come on, CG. Show some balls, you bunch of cowards. Come on right now. We're live. I'm sure there are other people live. Show some balls, right? Stop being complete and utter cowards. And I dare you. Come online right now. Come into the chat. Come into the Zoom. You have not got the guts to justify $75 for this crap. None of you. I don't think any of you in CG have. EA have literally got your balls in their small change purse right now. Come on, seriously, come online. We're going to be on here for the next an hour and a half. I dare you. Come on and try and justify that $75 pack. I don't think you will. Not because we're a small channel, but because you're bloody cowards.
It's the thing is, Neil, they haven't responded to you recently, have they?
No.
They haven't responded.
But I've been polite, and there's no way they're gonna respond to me as heated and as and passionate as I am now. I mean, I'm using emotional arguments because we live in a very, very emotional time. I mean, you know, I think it's absolutely horrible that literally tens of millions of people are losing their jobs and they're being forced to stay in their homes with no job, no income, no idea where their next paycheck is going to come from. EA thinks it's all right to try and take advantage of that fact by not stealing money, but by putting predatory packs out there that, you know, might interest someone that doesn't know any better. And that's the kicker, you know? There are literally tens of millions of people without jobs, without money, and you put this out.
I truly believe that this was EA, but CG had to give the stamp on it. Or they were utterly forced, which I think they were utterly forced with all this journey guide mumbo jumbo that we see as well.
No, this is down to one or two people, right? This is down to one or two individual human beings. This is not down to a huge collective group. One person suggested it, and another person okayed it. There is a minimum of two people, either within CG or within EA, that okayed this. The person that suggested it, and the person that went, yep, that's okay, put it in the game. No committee. There wouldn't have been a big gag. There's no way that they would have all sat around a circular table and voted on this. It's not how a company works. Somebody in the organization suggested it, and the other person okayed it. Then it went in. So there are at least two people who are guilty. The first person for coming up with an absolute shit show of an idea, and the second person for actually thinking, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's put a predatory pack out like that while people are on their knees in their homes all over the world. This isn't just a US problem. This is a global issue. It's a global game. You know, so they are doing this to the global gaming community when they should be saying, hey, look, totally understand you guys are stuck at home. Here you go. Play it for free for a month. Play this for free. Here's a bunch of free stuff for you. Here's a bunch of free stuff for you. Why not do that? Curry some goddamn favor. Instead, this is what you do. Predatory. Bunch of predators, you cowards.
Aldous in chat on YouTube does also say somebody in the art department is guilty because they put never seen before on the pack.
Yeah. Never seen before.
And should never be seen again.
Never be seen again. Take it out. Look, you don't have to come online. Throw a hotfix. Take that pack out. Because every minute that pack is there, some unknowing gamer might buy it. And that disgusts me. So just take the pack out. Remove the damn pack now. I don't care what you have to do. A hotfix, an update, get somebody on the servers, remove that pack. Because every minute that pack remains in the shop is a minute too long. Because it's a minute that some unsuspecting new gamer might buy it. Because people are going to look at that hyperdrive bundle that are new and think, my God, wow, that is incredible value. And then they might look at that pack and think, well, the hyperdrive bundle is excellent value. This $75 pack must be good value as well. They're not going to know any better. Take the pack out of the store. I challenge you, take the pack out of the store. Show some balls and remove it.
Pyronally says CG needs to make the shards have a higher chance of dropping, as well as rare triangle mods. You know, another thing that CG could do in this whole stay and play thing is bring back the 8.
Yes, bring back the 8. Perfect. Bring back the 8 for the next 3 months. Do you know how happy that would make people? Oh my God. Tiniest little thing, switching from 5 to 8. You didn't even do that. A week of double drops. A week of double drops is shit. It's pathetic.
A week
2
of
times
focus.
0 is still 0.
A week of focused double drops. So
doesn't matter how focused it is. A week of everything being a double drop would have been good. But
that's
one day of this, one day of that, one day of that, one day of that.
That's what I mean, is make everything double drops through the entire time, not individual, glowing orange things, because I don't have a damn thing to farm right now in the ship shards, in the ship nodes.
Mm-hmm.
I have no reason to go farming in the ship nodes. I'm currently working on my gear to move along to get the PvE King, Galactic Legend Kylo. He is the PvE King.
Yeah.
Have you seen what he can do?
I have seen the videos, but I kind of just skirt over those videos, really, because he's not a character I'm ever going to face, and he's not a character I'm ever going to go for. So I really don't care about Kylo Ren. I don't. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, I don't care about him. I know that there are people that care about him, And I wish I was one of those people. You know, I wish I cared. I wish I had some kind of an emotional attachment to those characters. But I don't, and I'm never gonna. So I don't care. I really don't care.
Okay. Neil, it could be Jar Jar Binks. And if he did what he does in the Sith raid, I would farm for Jar Jar Binks. I'm just saying, it doesn't matter who the character is. The kit that they put out, you know, yes, I'm a Dark Side fan. Don't get me wrong. I do think that Adam Driver was the best actor in all of the sequel trilogy. That being said, you could tell me it was Unkar effing plot, and I would still farm for that character, Galactic Legend Unkar. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know you would too, because that was Simon Pegg, and he's one of your boys.
Simon Pegg is one of my boys. Yeah. Simon Pegg is one of my boys. Simon Pegg is one of my boys. Oh. Sorry.
What?
Go away. No, because I'm using a screen grab my Apple update.
Your Apple
my Apple update just plastered across the screen. So yeah. You know, someone just put in chat about the if the rolls on the speed were guaranteed. There is one caveat that I would make to that $75 pack. If all 6 mods were already 6E and they were God mods, as in every single one of them was over 25, then and only then would it be worth 75. Because it would literally take you thousands of crystal refreshes on mods to get those type of God mods. You know, we've all been there. We've all farmed. You know, you can farm 100/200 mods before you get one that rolls over 20. So, you know, if you did like 200 rolls over a period of a year, yeah, you would spend $75 worth of crystal refreshes on mods. So if they did all 6E and every single mod was rolled and every single had a secondary of speed 25 over, then it'd be worth $75. But it isn't, because EA/CG are cowards and they don't care.
All right. During the rant, Biscuit Weasel dropped $5 into the pod. So thank you very much, Biscuit
Thank you very
Weasel.
much, Biscuit.
His message was to throw the gauntlet, Neil, and you did.
Throw the gauntlet. Yeah, I would like to speak with either the person that had the idea, so that I can call them an asshole. And then the person that okayed the idea, so that I can call them a gutless wonder, because that's what I think about those two individual people. Those two individual people came up with and implemented an idea designed explicitly to be predatory towards people that do not know about this game, because we all know about the game and we know that pack is trash. The only people that don't know that game is trash are people that have recently adopted it. That's why it's predatory. That's why it's bollocks. And that's why the two people that came up with that idea and implemented it are gutless wonder assholes.
Llama just timed out. Llama just timed out going nerdy for 5 minutes in the chat. Sorry about that, going nerdy.
Why was Thaddeus timed out?
Because Llama clicked something wrong. So our apologies, Thaddeus. We do apologize. I can't undo that in the middle of it. I'm gonna get a I'm gonna get a message from Thaddeus on Discord during the show, and that's gonna be hilarious. So guys, maybe I should make Thaddeus a moderator so that doesn't happen again.
Give him a wrench. He's earned it.
Well, I can't until the 5 minutes are up.
Okay.
I mean, the chat has been going crazy. I wish that I wish there was a way to show the chat to our podcast listeners, because you guys that tune in every single week on the podcast, we appreciate you so very, very, very much.
Yes, we do.
And I wish you guys could see all the support, all the craziness that goes on during the chat. We do invite you to come onto the channel on Friday nights, listen to us live if you can. If you can't, it's all right. Join our Discord during the day. You know, it's almost just as raucous, I would say, Neil.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, these $75 packs, this is absolutely 100% this is absolutely 100% idiotic. I'm not going to go and throw the names like that. And by the way, what happened was, and I just found out, Llama tried to give him a slap on the wrist for saying that he would farm Jar Jar, and didn't know that he would delete all of his messages.
Oh, well, it happened.
All right. So, guys, I'm going to also look at this. So, the Ray one is a critical damage. It's a speed triangle with a critical damage primary stat, tenacity, health percentage, and regular health. The circle is a speed circle, health, crit chance, protection, and offense percentages. The cross is a health cross, critical chance, 6 speed on purple, and offense. You've got another speed on the. You've got another speed arrow. You get 6 speed on the square, and on the diamond, you get a health mod with a defense primary, because it's a diamond, with a % up health. There's so much health. There's so much offense. I mean, if you guys want to know what they want in a God mod, if you were, look at these mods. Look at these mods that they're selling. The 40, let's see, hang on here. The $49.99. I'm losing my eyesight lately. The $49.99 one is a full speed set. That also includes a 6 speed on a triangle and a speed arrow. This is for the Ray one. And you could get the for $24.99, you can get the 6 speed square and the 6 speed circle. So they're screwing. Let me go back on this. Neil. It's a speed, or it's a health circle with 6 speed. You have to buy all these packs in order to get the right mix. I just noticed that. You have to buy all these packs in order to get the right speed mix if you're going for all speed.
Yeah, but it's RNGs, though. Why would you pay for RNG? Each pack says it's for Galactic Legend Ray. Every pack says it's for Galactic Legend Ray.
Well, there's also the Galactic Legend Kylo Ren ones, too.
Which is why it's predatory. Because people looking at that haven't been playing the game for long, that know they can't go for Galactic Legend Ray, are going to be thinking, oh wow, is this like some really, really good mod pack for a really, really good character? Oh, maybe I'll buy it. When it's not. And they're going to be massively disappointed. And they might not be able to afford that. Just no, the whole thing's just sickening.
I am joining you in calling these packs predatory.
Because they are.
I mean, people can rewatch it. And when you say some of the words that you're saying, Neil, I'm sitting over here going, but I'm actually going to,
you have to agree. They are objectively, not subjectively, they are objectively predatory. And I say that they are objectively predatory because anybody that knows this game knows that they're worthless. Only people that do not know this game very well would purchase those packs thinking that they might get something out of it. That is what makes it predatory. And it's only predatory because they are trying to get money out of people that don't know any better and might not necessarily be able to afford it. They're not going to get money out of anybody that knows this game regarding those packs unless your name is Arnold or Macias. Because I think those are the only two people that know this game that bought that pack. Because that's already gone around the community. Arnold stumped up for the $75 pack live so that he could prove that it is trash live. Macias didn't do it live, but did buy one of the cheaper packs so that he could roll the mods, thus proving that they are complete and utter trash. So as far as I'm aware, there are only two people in the community that know this game that have bought those packs. God knows how many people that aren't part of this community that don't know about these YouTube channels, that don't know about our community, that have stumped up 75 or 25 or whatever it is for those ridiculously predatory packs. And, I hope you choke on the money. I really, really do. I hope you choke on the money. I hope the two people responsible for this pack, the person that had the idea and the person that implemented the idea, I really, really hope that you take something tonight, because you're going to need to take something tonight in order to sleep soundly, because there's no way that a person can peddle that. There's no way that someone can peddle this type of thing and sleep, soundly at night. So, yeah. I'm ranting again.
You are.
This thing really, really grinds my gears and it boils my blood, and it's disgusting, vile, horrible behavior when the gaming community should be there as a crutch for people. They should be that release. They should be the escapism that people require right now. There's too much reality going on outside people's four walls. A couple of hours of release, in a video game, whether it's mobile, PC, or console, it doesn't really matter. A couple of hours of getting away from the heaviness of exactly what is going on globally is what people need now, and they don't need this kind of predatory shit shoving down their throats.
All right. With that being said, we are going to preload Hynesy.
Mm-hmm.
And get him in for the incoming transmission. Stay tuned for our interview with the legend maker himself right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod Cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
Hey there, Escape Podawans. Everyone's favorite llama here to remind you that the Escape Pod Cast is on social media. That's right, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. So give us a like, give us a follow, and stay up to date on all things in-game and in the Escape Pod. Our account links are down in the description or on our Discord server in the Show Links channel. See you on the net!
Hynesy from the ANZGC is officially a member of the Escape Pod Castaways. Make sure you go and search for Hynesy on YouTube today, because he live streams a lot of his GAC content, and not only does he do that, he also does some pretty fun videos from time to time, including a behind the screen and also streaming Jedi Fallen Order. And from time to time, this idiot might drop by. Head on over and check out Hynesy today on YouTube, a part of the Escape Pod Castaways network.
Back to school. The Escape Pod Cast for Kids. It's really cool.
Hello and welcome back, Escape Padawans, to Storytime with the Llama and the Escape Pod Cast for Kids. Now, this week on Faction Facts, we are going to be studying a group of characters, a team, a family, if you will, that frankly didn't get a whole lot of love in the SWGOH community until fairly recently with the release of the new Dark Side territory battles. I'm talking about, of course, the Geonosians, or bugs as they are lovingly referred to. Now, the bugs have 5 different characters that make up this team. Geonosian Brood Alpha, who's available on Cantina Node 8D, Geonosian Spy, who's available on Cantina Node 4D and in the Fleet Arena store, Geonosian Soldier, who's available on Cantina Node 1A, Sunfac, who's available in both the Squad Arena and the Fleet Arena stores, and last but certainly not least, Poggle the Lesser, who's available on Lightside hard nodes 4E and 6E, as well as in the Galactic War store. Now, similar to the Night Sisters last week, the Geonosians actually have 2 different leaders that you can use. The first one, and the OG leader of the Geonosians, is Poggle the Lesser. Now, his leadership ability gives plus 30% offense to all Separatist allies, plus an additional 10% health for droid allies when they attack out of turn or when they damage a target-locked enemy. Now, Poggle's leadership has become kind of obsolete with the release of Geonosian Brood Alpha, but he can be used as a leadership in a Separatist team, but to be honest, Newt Gunray is usually the preferred leader for a Separatist team. Now, Poggle's leadership does have one main use, and I'll go over that in a little bit. Now, the second leader is Geonosian Brood Alpha, or GBA. Now, with his leadership ability, Geonosian allies have plus 15,000 max health and protection. Plus, they get 50% health steal. They also recover 3% protection when they use their basic ability. Plus, their basic deals plus 10% damage for each enemy that's debuffed. So, because of all of the buffs that he gives to his squad, he really is going to be your best and most used leader. Not to mention, GBA can summon a brute ally to help, and he'll taunt, he assists, he has crazy offense buffs, and 100% counter trance. Now, a huge aspect to this team is, similarly to the Phoenix Squadron, their crazy awesome synergy. So each of the different Geonosians has a special ability that's called Hive Mind. Each different Geonosian has a different buff or ability that they get with Hive Mind. A big one is that they all assist with each other. So when one of them attacks, the rest of them attack. Now, with GBA's leadership ability, where they get protection back when they use their basic ability, so when all of the Geonosians assist, they assist with their basic. So they get that 3% protection back every single time they assist or use their basic. Now, the main uses for the Geonosians are really going to be Dark Side, Geonosian Territory Battle, Separatist Might. Now, you're required to use them in 2 of the special missions. The first one in Phase 2 is the Acklay mission, and the second one in Phase 3 to obviously get Wat Tambor shards. You also are required to use them in 1 CM in Phase 1, and this is where your Poggle lead is going to come into account. You are required to use Poggle as your leader when you do this combat mission. They're also great in territory wars and in Grand Arena. You can use them on offense and on defense. They've got a ton of teams that they are hard counters for, like Bosk or Jango Fett-led bounty hunters, a Bastilla-led Jedi team, Mother Talzin-led Night Sisters, Old Republic, CLS Rebels, just a ton of them. They're also soft counters for teams like Shakti and Clones, First Order, Jedi Knight Revan, and Nude Separatist. Now, there are a couple teams that really do counter them. General Grievous and his droids are a great counter for bugs if you come up on them on defense. You can also use a Traya-led Sith team, or you can use Jedi Training Rey and a Resistance squad. That's all for me. Tune in next week for more story time with the llama on the Escape Pod Cast for Kids.
Micaeus Modding Mayhem is the premier remodding service for the game that we all love, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. With some of the most affordable rates in the industry, Micaeus will rebuild your roster from top to bottom and give you consultation on where to go from there. Micaeus has a 100% satisfaction guarantee and lots of useful additional services, including a full cleanup of your mods, loadout pages, PvP plans, and more. Contact Micaeus today on Discord at all lowercase Micaeus number 0127. That's MIKAYAS number 0127, or at micaeusmods@gmail.com. Micaeus Modding Mayhem, the official remodding service of the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod Cast now offers our faithful listeners a way to show their support via merchandise. Declare your allegiance to Team Paul or Team Neil with official shirts. Get a story time with the llama button or magnet. Or just represent the show by getting an official logo hoodie. There are now even Team Scotty and Team Hynesy options available too. Become an official Padawan today. Check out the merch at escapepodcastaways.com.
Receiving incoming transmission. Receiving incoming transmission. Receiving incoming transmission.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Escape Podcast. This week's incoming transmission is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful human being. He's from Australia, which should tell you everything you need to know, but I'm not responsible. I'm not master of ceremonies, so I hand over to my my partner in crime, Paul. Oh, by the way, Paul, I'm off to get some beer, because if I have to sit here and listen to you say nice things about an Australian, I might throw up over my microphone.
All right, you go get your... At least he's going to get Miller Lite, Hynesy. Ladies and gentlemen, the legend maker himself, a former co-host of this very show. You did 3 episodes. That makes you an official co-host. He is the hottest Australian gamer out there. He also is a total jackass for framing me for the death of Scotty McLaren. He is floating out in space, as you see. But I decided to bring him back for our 2nd season finale, since you did help out when Mrs. Anthony and I went over to Disneyland, or Disney World. So thank you very much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, I love this guy. He hosts Harpoons and Beer on his channel. He also does the Gridsy sessions, teaming up with our good friend Gridden. And guys, I can't say anything good enough, and I can't be any more proud of where this man has gone. Ladies and gentlemen, Hynesy from the ANZGC. How you doing, Heinz?
Hello, gentlemen. How are you? Yeah, really good. Everything's great. Thank you. I'm a bit chuffed after that little ramble, to be honest, my friend. It was a lot of love heading my way, and it's all reciprocated, man. I love you guys, except for that English guy there. But apart from that, everything else is pretty cool.
All right, let's. There's enough hate going around right now, with the whole we just got done talking about the packs.
Man, like I said, I thought I was on the planet Crate. Seriously, that was some epic salt mine action. I find it really, really surprising that an Englishman can be a little bit, whingy. I mean, let's be honest, from time to time. It's quite surprising, really. No, it was a fair rant, man. That was an epic rant, all jokes being said.
It was an epic rant. Well, I will go as far. While Neil, I may not agree with some of the terminology used. The pack itself is predatory, as I mentioned, and what they do need to do is bring it down. What would be your ideal, before we get into all this stuff with you, Hines? What would be the ideal stay at home and play safe answer? And don't think of it, because I know you are a businessman, Hynesy. Mm-hmm. I know you're a businessman.
Mm-hmm.
Without giving away the farm, mm-hmm. what will you give to the consumer of your product to just show a little love? Is this enough for you?
A little bit of free samples is always a good thing, to be honest, just to help drive business. That's pretty obvious. That's what I do with products. This is a product. At the end of the day, in my opinion, it's crazy. There's another company out there that we know of an adult nature, to be honest, trying to be clean, that they're giving away free stuff right now, just to keep everyone engaged, because everyone is on their own. Compare that to CG and obviously this game, and all we're seeing is, can you just give me a little bit more? Thanks, that'd be great. A little bit hard up. We're all isolated. We need some extra cash, and it's certainly not a great look. It's quite a negative look overall. It really is. But look. This is the thing. Are we really surprised? Let's be honest. Are we really surprised? Absolutely not. At the end of the day, they do have a penchant for driving packs along. It has been for a while. There's a lot of isolation at the moment. Obviously, social distancing? Well, I mean, let's be fair. CG have been socially distancing themselves for around 12 months now from the community, which is pretty disgusting, really, because we are the ones paying the cash, and we want this game to go well and succeed, and we all want to partner up and do the right thing and enjoy a game that we've put years and years and committed into. It's just a little bit disappointing and frustrating is probably the best word for it.
Okay, but what you said some freebies. What are those freebies to you? What are we getting? My thoughts? Watch charts.
Oh, anything. It doesn't matter. I mean, obviously, the good thing is we got double drops. So that's great. Is double drops enough? Probably not.
But they're focused double drops. They're not broad double drops.
And that's what I mean. Make them broad double drops. I mean, a bit of love. How does that hurt? How can that be a bad thing? How can that not get everyone positive at the moment? There's so much negativity out there around the place. So do something. This game, for a lot of people, is a release mechanism. It's something that takes them away from what's going on in daily life. So why wouldn't you try and make it as much of a positive experience as possible?
Well, they're failing at that miserably at the moment.
I agree. Yeah.
Can you remember? You remember the? I think it might have been in December. But you remember that day that we got, like, literally 50 of this, 50 of that, 50 of that, 50 of that. We got 10 shards of this, 10 shards of that, 10 shards of... they literally part the house on us. And it was all given to everybody on all accounts one day. Yep. Can you... I mean, how awesome was that day when everybody got...
It was brilliant.
Everyone was like, oh, what... So what are you... What? Because everybody got a free Zeta as well, didn't they? Everybody got the materials to do a free Zeta, and everyone was like, "Oh, so what are you going to use your free Zeta on?" And that was the conversation. That was what the. I mean, obviously, we're on Discord. We don't talk around the cooler.
Well, they're the only ones that are on Discord pretty well, aren't they? I mean, every other developer game they're on Discord.
That one day, there was nothing negative. It was all positive, because all people were talking about was, what are you going to spend your free Zeta on? Because everybody was like, oh, I've really wanted to put that Zeta on Nihilus or on Zion, or I've always wanted to do that second Zeta on Vader. That's what people were talking about, right? And everybody became engaged, and then everybody had some fun. And for that wonderful period, 24, 48 hours, afterwards, everybody was happy. Everybody was lovey-dovey. And it was because they threw everybody the same amount of free stuff. Now, the new people probably didn't know, exactly what was being dropped in their lap. As veterans, we knew exactly what was being dropped in our lap. But that's the kind of favor that they need to curry. That was the last time I had something positive to say about these guys. Like you said before, do we really, really expect this? It's this is the kind of behavior, and I think classifying it as behavior is perfectly legitimate. But this kind of behavior has been going on for quite some time now. They have been poking the bear. They have been poking. We being the bear, they've been poking us.
So, the Sej, I mean, he's putting so much great information inside of the YouTube chat. I need to take a moment to read. I need to take a moment to read some of his stuff. I'm sorry, Hynesy, but he's been putting some great stuff in our chat, and I really need to read it. The whaling culture, is the problem. They'll never stop spending. When relics first came out, people explained just rush in and buy. No one listened, or people explained don't rush in and buy, and no one listened, and CG reported high satisfaction rate with relics. They literally said, look at the number of people that love relics, and definitely that wasn't the case at first.
Yeah, it definitely
boycott spending for a short time, and this is the only way that CG will listen, and they're never going to change provided that, because they don't care about anything but money. Hit them where it counts. When people got free Malik shards, they were communicating, rushing to fix it, and everyone fixing everything for themselves but the players. And it won't do a darn thing for players unless people stop spending.
Yeah, spending boycotts don't work.
They're not going to stop spending because there's always that option there, certainly, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, look at Marvel Strike Force. Marvel Strike Force had a spending boycott, right? The biggest guilds, the biggest players, the people at the top, the people at the pinnacle of those leagues and those divisions and those guilds all agreed to stop spending, and they did. Guess what happened? Marvel Strike Force had its biggest monthly profit smack bang in the middle of a boycott. And those were actual whales and krakens boycotting. So the people that were listening and watching the content creators talk about a boycott and get involved in a boycott, so everybody that was part of the online community that plays that game may have joined the boycott. But clearly there is an absence. Clearly there is a hole out there. There is... And it's not just for Marvel Strike Force, it's going to be for this game as well. There are people that clearly spend lots and lots and lots and lots of money on this. And I'm going to hazard a guess at China. So there's a huge community out there that doesn't watch us, that doesn't listen to us, that isn't part of the YouTube or Twitch community, spending lots and lots of money on this. So us saying, let's have a spending boycott ain't going to work. It's never going to work. The Marvel Strike Force spending boycott proved that it doesn't work. I mean, Mobile Gamer may say that it was a success. It was successful in getting a large group of people together. It wasn't successful in stopping the spending, though. So I'm right there with you. If everybody stopped spending, brilliant. But just having the people that listen to us, the people that listen to you in your channel, Hynesy, and the people that listen to us, and the people that listen to Arnold and Mobile and Cubs, we are a separate entity, completely separate from China and from that Asian spending block. They're not watching us. They're watching their own content creators behind their own board. So we saying we want something, and us, what we may be able to, but CG
Yeah,
aren't
it
bothered
doesn't
about
matter where
us
the
not
spending
spending.
comes from. Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter where the spending comes from. It comes down to people enjoying the game and spending on it. And as long as people keep spending money on this game, it will continue. It's as simple as that. If people stop spending on it, they're going to shut the server down and we move on to something else, whether we like it or not. It's that simple. Now, at the end of the day, you talked about relics, Paul, earlier on, if I can, and they were satisfied with the introduction of relics and how they performed. No, that was certainly not the case. And the reason I say that is damn simple. We lost 10% of our membership base in my alliance due to relics. Straight up. That's over 100 people in the case of a few weeks right there. We spent on relics because we had to spend on relics to keep competitive. That's the difference.
And you seem to also forget I lost a co-host over relics as well.
Correct. Yes, absolutely. which to be fair, it's probably one of the best things that's happened to you. To be honest, absolutely. I'm kidding, Scotty. I love you, bro. You know that. I'm joking, man. Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, people will always spend on this game because there is a vested interest in continuing to doing so. They've been investing in this game for years. Whether it's true, whether it was the right thing to do, that's what's happened. And because of that, people obviously are always going to reach in their wallet. And there's a lot of people with a lot of disposable income, not everyone, that obviously by all means will continue to do so. Those that are obviously questioning their decision now or financially are a little bit tight with everything going on here and even previously in the past, be careful. There's really just be careful with what you're doing. Don't do anything silly. Don't put financial position in jeopardy. It's probably the best advice I've got. And again, I've got some details on Micaeus as well with the mod packs that have been released that you've been talking about earlier on, guys. If you want me to hit you up with them.
Well, just give me 1 second to mention this. When people stop spending, they'll shut the server off. Okay, well, guys, I'm willing to throw a few bucks into the hat when it's worth it.
Absolutely.
This is the farthest thing worth. This is the farthest thing from being worth it. This pack is horrendous, and it is not what the world needs right now amidst, 33% job loss from what I'm hearing. I heard 1 in 3 people under the age of 24 worldwide are out of a job. And that is the typical gamer base.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, just to give you an idea, obviously you're talking about the cost on the packs. If you have a look here, if you can pick this up on the camera, I don't know if you can see that or not. But sorry.
Can't see the exact number, but
no, we can just make it out. Yeah.
Kylo pack there, $119.99 Australian right now. Now, come on, let's be honest. At the end of the day, it's one of those things where people are going to spend on it if they want to. It's a ridiculous figure for mods, which really, as you said, are a lottery. I mean, Micaeus put it straight up. He said straight up here, do not buy this pack. We trust Micaeus. You guys know who Micaeus is. When it comes to mods, you listen. That's just what you do. He said straight up, do not touch these packs. They start with the max secondary straight up. The value is not there, and they roll like normal mods. Now, we all know how well speed secondaries roll these days in a speed mod. It's trash. They just don't roll. You have a 1 in a million chance of getting the fastest mod in the game with that pack. Why would you do it?
Yeah. Shouldn't be getting sold. Shouldn't be getting sold. RNG should not be getting sold, and that's what it is.
We deserve better. I mean, this is the point. We've been saying this for a while.
Out. Just take the goddamn packs out, please.
Packs out. It's just that how it even got to that stage of even considering that after all this time. That's the thing that's really frustrating. The communication is a fail. It's an F, all right, with the player base and CG. It's as simple as that. It's an F. It really is an F. We've been asking for quite some time to obviously get answers consistently. Everybody has. Everybody, not just you, not just me. Everyone has been asking to have a chat with these guys just to get an idea on what's going on. and no one can get an answer. It's just an absolute F, massive amount of Fs out there, guys. Smash that chat, get some Fs in there because it's true. But at the end of the day, we deserve better. As a community, this is one of the best groups of people I know. It's as simple as that. They are
for a
incredible.
mobile game, definitely.
There are some for a mobile game, for any game. This community is absolutely incredible, and really, we've been put through the ringer, and we've been quite a lot. There you go. You needed that beat before.
We did.
Mate, you need the dump. That's what you need, bro. But at the end of the day, it's frustrating. We deserve better as a community. We all get through this together. These outlets are fantastic for people to get together and talk about problems they've got and to bring it together and make people aware. And I just don't think that we deserve this sort of bullshit. Simple as that.
All right. So, Hynesy, let's move into what you got coming up, because
cool.
It's a new Grand Arena, and you have some of the most entertaining. You are the thunder from down under when it comes to the whole GAC. And
you are aware that there is a male clothes revealing group down here called Thunder from Down Under. You are aware of that, right?
What just dropped literally a few minutes ago? Hang on, I'm sorry to interrupt, guys. Gridan's saying that something's just dropped.
I'm damn aware.
What just dropped?
There is
If something's dropped, tell us, because we'd like to discuss it.
Yeah, well, obviously, they're probably talking about how they're re-releasing a new type of program.
Oh God! If it's something like that, then bollocks to it.
It's the beta pro. They talked about the beta program. The beta program is being re-released.
Yeah. That's it.
So the beta program that was original. Oh yeah, just move on. Let's just just ignore them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, CG, but you've earned this. You want us to talk about something that you've just dropped? No, we're not talking about it. Keep going, Hynesy. Sorry, CG. No.
I think we need to do a Thaddeus on you.
You don't get to drop
Neil.
Stuff like this on us.
We need to
and
do
then
a Thaddeus on
expect
you.
us to kiss your ass and report on your good stuff.
Yeah, look, the beta testing program obviously has been released. At the end of the day, no one's going to know if you're in or not. If it's very similar to the previous one, whether it was even available or around or not, no one ever knew. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things where communication on things that really don't matter to us are very, very commonplace. The things that actually do matter to us and the things that we want to know and the answers that we want, we never get the answers for unless you ask about art.
Yeah.
Simple as that. So anyway, we move on.
Let's move on. Let's not dwell on something.
We get sidetracked easy, don't we? We get sidetracked easy.
If you apply for the beta program and you tell me you apply for it, I'm giving you that as well.
I did. So you're giving it to me?
Yeah. I'm sorry, but they're all a bunch of complete and utter a-holes. They're all a bunch of a-holes, right? And we shouldn't be giving them the time of the day. So don't apply for any program. Don't apply for shit from them, all right?
I think we're guaranteed now that CG's probably never coming on the show because Neil's a little sloshed.
Someone asked out there if they've addressed the double cam shards. I don't think they actually did. I think they let that go, didn't they?
They let them keep them.
Yeah, they let them keep them. Yeah, which is ridiculous. You can roll back Malik shards, no problem, but not cam shards. It's a bit ridiculous. Anyway, move along. Sorry, you were saying about the program. Sorry about that, buddy.
So no, well, I want to know about your program. I tell people that are unfamiliar with Harpoons and Beer what they're missing while they're sleeping in America.
Well, this is the thing. Everyone has been sleeping in America. We're basically the GMA of GAC, to be honest. These days, we do go on. I think it's around 7 a.m. American time during the week. We have started doing on the weekends now more US friendly times. So on the weekends, we're going to be annoying the bejesus out of you a lot more. But yeah, we'll actually be going live with Harpoons and Beer in around 3 hours from now. So it'd be awesome to have all you guys stop by. It'd be great. But yeah, we do a GAC battle. We have a special guest on each time. We battle away. We talk some trash. We have a few quiet ales as we go, and basically quite often watch me fail from time to time in epic fashion. I'm still not allowed to use Wampa after the last few sessions, but that was only because I was really trash with him. Yeah, if you get beaten by Akbar Rebels with a Relic 7 Wampa, you sort of lose your privileges, I guess. But that serves me right. Shouldn't have done that one, but we move right along. Yeah, it's really been fun. We're up to I think it's about 65 episodes we've done now, which is great. Yeah.
So I'm going to let you know that I lost to Murder Bears with my Gear 12.5 Malik, so it's okay.
Those Murder Bears, man. Honestly, never underestimate the Murder Bears. They can do some epic damage. Imagine those relics. I don't know if anyone's seen those relics yet, but they would be insane. You wouldn't get a shot.
Yep. Oh, and by the Jaina Alorso wants to remind you that the Akbar Rebels were all Gear 10.
Yeah. No, thanks, Jaina. I really appreciate Jaina's support. She's certainly one of my Ugnaughts in the background. She does some awesome work for us. The good thing is that if I do stuff up, Jaina's always the first one to remind me about it. And in Dead Set, she calls a spade, which is exactly how I like. But look, it's just fun. It really is. And this is a game, right? Last I looked, it's a game, so we need to have more fun. That's the whole idea. We do a lot of other chats and videos and bits and pieces, but the Harpoons and Beer is just straight up epic fun. Talk some trash. Give me a little bit of abuse in chat. I don't care. Bring it. It's just really a lot of fun, and we need to have fun together. We're also isolated right now. So I'm isolated all the time, being down under. That's pretty obvious. But you guys are isolated like we normally are. So it's nice for you to finally get a taste of what we've got. But it is awesome. It's awesome fun, and we're just growing and building. So, yeah, on the weekends, you're certainly going to see some more Harpoons and Beer action. So it should be epic.
Are you deliberately staying still, Hynesy, to throw us off, or have you really frozen, mate?
No, it's frozen, bro. It's frozen. There we go.
There he goes.
There we go. No,
I thought you were doing one of the. I thought you were doing that.
I was doing the. No came up poses here. No, just frozen. But yeah, my face cam's frozen. That's harsh, Jaina. That's harsh. She's on fire today. She's out there in chat. All the guys in chat are going off today. It's just mental. It really is. I'm not Elsa. Let it go, Jaina. Let it go. Seriously. It's unreal. Force Ghost Jay's out there. Oh, even you let Going Nerdy actually be able to post stuff again. You guys are really letting rip now. You're really opening the doors up. It's unreal. I'm kidding, Thaddeus. I love you, bro. It's all good.
I'm out of beer again.
Now, probably the most important thing that I want to know right now is, did you get that Miller Lite out of the fridge or out of the cupboard? We want to know that, Neil.
Fridge,
you sure?
Of course. It was cold before I started.
I didn't think the British own fridges.
He's in the US. We've taught him well.
At least we don't blow ourselves up to get a decent head on our lagers.
Just call me Yahoo Serious. Absolutely. Yeah. That's crazy. But no, it's really fun. I mean, the channel's just nuts. It's going berserk. It's still a blur. It really is. I'm loving every second of it. It's been probably just over 6 months now, I reckon, since we started it. It's
been 30 weeks.
Yeah. So it's just really, it's been such a blur.
In 30 weeks, you have eclipsed 2,000.
Oh, it's just crazy. It really is.
I'm publicly telling you that I am literally so damn proud of what you've done. And
I wouldn't cry.
No.
It's unreal.
Excuse me. Excuse me. No, Paul, stop right there. Are you forgetting that this is the man that tried to shoot you out of an escape pod?
Yeah, and he's still damn proud of me because I got rid of Scotty. Hello? Where's the thanks for that? None. I got no thanks for that.
You're supposed to be proud of that.
I'm the one that thanks you for that, not him.
This is bull. I get no thanks for that. I got rid of Scotty for you. You're welcome, as they say in the classics.
Excuse
but anyway,
me. Thanks. Thank you. You're the one that's been selling us all of the dud Scotty clones. I mean, they don't even last a full episode, for Christ's sakes. They're that stupid.
I promise I'll mail the warranty later.
Yeah. Well, look, just make better Scotty clones. That So until you make us better Scotty clones, shove your thanks up your ass.
I'll get the kangaroo factory on it, mate. We'll see if we can knock up for you. Right? We'll see if we can get a 2.0 version.
Is it too much to ask for a better quality of clone? I mean, what cloning? Are you using Sparty cleaning tubes, or are you using the crappy things from episode 3?
Unfortunately, we've been trying to perfect the recipe, so to speak, and we've been getting this guy called Scoots McNally, which is basically just the drunk version of Scotty. So it's certainly not going our way. We're working on it. It's progress, work in progress. And look, let's use the CG term. At the moment, the Scotty clones are working as intended. It's as simple as that. I mean, what else can you say?
They're not. Okay, look, if we had a real Scotty right now.
What would you want
lined
that
him
for?
up next to one of your clones, it would be bloody obvious.
What would you want that for? Seriously. I mean,
because
you're
your
welcome.
clones just ain't cutting the mustard anymore. We for goodness sake,
fire up those.
They've been killing themselves before the broadcast for the last 2 weeks. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's been no Scotty clone for the last 2 weeks. Thanks to you.
You should be enjoying the peace and quiet right now. I mean, this is my point. I mean,
that's not the contract. The contract is you are supposed to provide us with Scotty clones. And at the moment, you're supposed to be doing it once a week because they don't last long enough. But where's our Scotty clone been for the last couple of weeks?
We should all be socially distancing ourselves from the Scotty clones. I think that's probably good for the world right now.
It's just a shame. I think it'd be nice to have a little bit of the real Scotty, which is what we're supposed to be getting from your clones, and we ain't getting.
Oh, look, at the end of the day, it's kind of like Django. I guess it depends on the recipe. It depends on the DNA strain you got to work with. But at the end of the day, we're doing the best we can with the kangaroo generator factory down here, pumping out some power, and we're riding Rubers to work right now because no one's really working. So we're doing what we can with what we've got, mate. But
and you're
crazy,
Hynesy. You're welcome for coming up with that term, Ruber.
Yeah, it's yours. I know. It's quality. Hey, share the love, mate. That's how we roll here. It's all good fun, but it's great. But honestly, it's been a blur. It's just been mental. But just like this channel, it's all about the people that are involved in it, and that's what makes the difference. It really does. I can't say that enough. There are some insane people that help on all these channels. I mean, you guys have got Hellenix and Llama and, Zed and everyone else that are just absolutely incredible. We've got guys like, Scotty, move on, distraction. But we've got guys like Cesare on my side. We've got Jaina who's there. We've got Nev who's there. My Nev, not your Nev, the Aussie one, the good one. No. A few other ones as well, like all the Patreons and the admin guys we've got. Deal Jade we've got there, helps us with the server. It's not just one person. I keep saying this, and I'm not lying. I'm a mug in front of a camera. I really am, because it's all the other people in the background that just make it even more special. And that's what it's all about. It's such a team effort, and people don't realize that.
It really, truly is, Hynesy. Every single one of the Patreons, every single one, and I'll go as far as to say this. Every single one of the regulars in chat, every single one of the people that just come up to you at the end and say, hey, that was a good show. It doesn't matter, if they're Patreon or not. Supporting the content creators that you enjoy, even with a word of encouragement, is the way to go. And all it took was us telling you a word of encouragement that you can do this, and you doubled us and now tripled us in a quarter of the time.
Yeah, but again, I don't even look at that. I really don't. It's just awesome to, I'm just going to keep doing this like you guys until people stop watching it. It's as simple as that. I mean, the figures are the figures, and I honestly And I don't get up every morning and go, oh, yes, you beauty. I just don't do that. It doesn't happen. It's just, it wouldn't matter if there's 10 people. I thought I'd be lucky if 5 people were even interested in what I did. And that's the best way to look at it. And everything else over time will definitely sort itself out. But again, we do what we can to entertain. We do what we can for fun. And we figure that if we're having fun, then everyone else must be having fun out there as well. And if they're not, then tell us. And if there's something we can do better, tell us. And if you've enjoyed yourself, how hard is it to flick a quick DM through or in the service something, go, yeah, you did a great job there. It's not hard.
Even a little thumbs up in chat. Yeah. Even if I see a little thumbs up in the chat, it doesn't matter what we're talking about or whatnot. If I see a little thumbs up in chat, I sit there like Chuck Norris from Dodgeball.
Yeah, it's great. It's so cool.
But for us, all we do talk. I will admit, we do talk about wanting to get to that 1K mark, and the only reason we want to get to that 1K mark, guys, is we want to have the official little tip jar down there for you to be able to push the button if you so choose. We're not going to make you use it. We're not going to beg you to use it. We'll announce when somebody uses it, like we did with Biscuit Weasel. Thank you for that. But the thing is, we just want to be able to have an official tip jar instead of standing out in front of the YouTube studios, with our guitar and our guitar case open.
Absolutely. It's not rocket science. It really isn't. I mean, it does make such a big difference. It really does. Every little bit helps. And I know for a fact I'm the same. You invest so much into these channels to even get it to this stage. It's not a case of, okay, here's a computer, let's go, let's get it up and running. It just doesn't work that way. So every little bit helps. It really does. That's the main thing. And if you guys are enjoying it, just smash a thumbs up in there at least. It's not hard to flick a donation. You haven't got the tip jar. You don't have the tip jar. However, you can still donate. You can still look after the boys.
Like you just did, Hynesy. You stuffed $10 into my pod G-string. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, my friend. And that's what it's about. There's a link down there. $2 makes a difference. It really does. It all helps. I kid you not. So bang, I've just gone whack with that. In the 30 seconds or so we've been talking here. It's not rocket science. Get out there and give them some love because it really helps.
But that isn't what this is about. It's only because I want to be able to have that option for people who want to do that. This is not a, yes, I will answer the critics who said, oh, you had a GoFundMe. Yeah, my wife had cancer, jackass.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was simply, I'm asking for help.
Everyone needs help. I mean, at the end of the day, it isn't about that, but every little bit helps because, again, to put on a show like this, it's not easy. It really isn't. Or any program, you just don't sit there in front of a computer and go, "Hey, check me out." It just doesn't work that way. There's a crazy amount of work involved in it, and again, I wasn't. I'll be the first one to say it. I wasn't prepared for how much work, especially at the start, is involved in getting it up and going. I mean, if someone goes back and watches my first one, holy shit. Was terrible. It really was. Look, it was car crash stuff, and we've come a long way.
And if somebody goes back and listens to the first one as well,
terrible. It is shocking.
Episode, what was it? 27, 26?
It's just disgusting. It really was. The first Harpoons and Beer, it was from my study. It was an echo chamber. It was, I had the worst camera in the world. I was working off a dodgy, crappy laptop. But yeah, since then we've changed things up a bit. We've obviously got the green screen action, which is unreal. I've built my own PC for the first time ever. I've never done that before. I actually built my own PC, which was really fun.
Oh, that is fun.
So we've been doing what we can to improve along the way with what we can. And yeah, look, every little bit helps. But we're going to continue to push. We're going to keep pushing the boundaries. We're going to keep having fun, which everyone wants right now and everyone needs. So come and join me in a couple of hours' time, guys.
Yeah,
give me
definitely.
A bit of crap. I don't care. Bring it. If that's what you want to do, give me a bit of shit, then just bring it.
Thank you, Schnarman. Appreciate the donation there as well.
Schnarman's a legend. Bang. Good work.
So, guys, I want to thank you, Llama. Jeez. Llama says that one's for Neil's G-string.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not going near that. I mean, he might not have washed for about a month, so be careful around that one.
I also want to tip my hat to all those who did respond to just putting a thumbs up in chat. Thank you. Thank you for that. I mean, even that, just that thumbs up is a lot. So, Hynesy, tell me this.
Sure.
We do have to wrap up because we want to be able to get people over to their other Friday night events that they enjoy. But next week we are doing our second ever content creator special.
Awesome.
And I would like to get your opinion on what are those words that either you heard or you would tell someone who wants to become a content creator. What are the first steps? I'm not going to say what's the first step because the first step is actually have a passion. We already know that.
Yeah, that's right.
But what's some of the first steps that you would recommend? Let's open up a preview of the Content Creator Special 2 with that question, and then we'll pimp your channel and send you back off into space. We appreciate you taking a moment to come into camera view for this.
Yeah, no, it's all a pleasure. Look, the best advice I could give anyone that wants to do this, the passion goes without saying. It's as simple as that. Do something that you know, do something you enjoy. That really projects across a camera quite easily. Be yourself. Never change who you are. Be yourself. Enjoy what you do. And at the end of the day, people are either going to enjoy that or not. Take feedback on board. Highly recommend that. That's the best thing. Give the people what they want. That's super important. It really is, to make sure that people are engaged. If people are involved in the creation of what you do, they're going to keep coming back and enjoying your content. It just makes sense. So that's probably the best that I've heard and the best information I got straight up. But engage with the people in chat. Just make sure, create a good atmosphere, create a great vibe that people want to keep coming back to. That's the trick. And if you do that, well, you really can't do more than that. To be honest, you can make it look prettier and you can be a bit more slick. But if people don't turn up, what's the point? It's all about the people.
All right. So tonight, do we have a ANZGC fight night? Or when's the next fight night?
No. I've got that guy with the really, really beautiful hair. I've got Greedon on in a few hours' time. I tell you what, he makes me look ordinary, dead set. He's taken all my hair. I've got none left. He's taken it all. It's a lot of fun. We get up to all sorts of crap. It's pretty wild. Generally, I think if at the moment, of course, we've got a cool giveaway. If I can just quickly spruik that, gentleman, if you give me a moment.
Plug away, buddy.
For any donations that we do during a harpoon and beer session, at the end of this tournament, we're giving away a hyperdrive bundle to someone. I know that Neil's a massive fan of that, so we're going to give one of those away. But also, not just that, our man Macias has come forward as well, guys, and he's giving away a 10-team remod. So at the end of the day, we got until the end of this tournament. It doesn't matter if it's $1 or $2 or whatever. It doesn't matter. You're in the draw. Simple as that. So guys, get on board and have some fun. It's really great.
So my $5, I might get a hyperdrive bundle.
You're in the running, bud. You're in the running. Right. You're already there. You're on the list, bro. So we'll certainly get you up and running. You're in the running for it. So come and join us.
I can't wait.
Neil eligible for the? Well, okay. So Neil isn't eligible for the hyperdrive bundle at this stage. However, Paul could give it to Neil.
No.
As a gift. So there you go.
Don't want it.
So it's up to
Don't
Paul.
want it. Don't need it.
I can't wait. I can't wait with Macias as the official remodding partner of the Escape Pod Castaways for me to win the Macias remod.
That would be the best. That would just be epic. That would be so good. It's crazy. Yeah, look, I mean, that's the thing. Macias is a massive fan. He's a huge sponsor of this channel as well as ours. He's an absolute star. We've had him on from time to time. I'll be doing some other stuff with him again soon, which is great. But, it's really a lot of fun. Get in there, guys. Come and join us. Look, it's all about having fun. If you don't want to have any fun, don't turn up. It's as simple as that. it is just mental. It really is crazy. You can tell me what to do. Sometimes you can even choose the teams we use from time to time if we get stuck. So why the hell not? I do have a Relic 5 Rose Tico, of course. I've got a Relic 4 Cup that gets a bit of showing. It actually beat First Order Executioner the other day, which was a lot of fun. Didn't see that one coming. That was crazy. So, it's really, really crazy. We had Neil on obviously a few days ago, even though it was late, but that's fine. He took a fashionably late entrance. So I'm kidding, man. It's all good. You know, I appreciate you coming on, bud. You know that. But it's really, he's giving away 4 strong. He's giving away a 10-team remod, bro. Smash a donation in on Harpoons and Beer in a couple of hours, man, and get in there and you're in the running for the remod. It's really, really crazy. Sorry, didn't mean to digress. I just saw chat. Do that a lot. It's just habit. I keep checking the chat out. I can't help myself.
I know you do. I know.
It's just really epic. I'm psyched. It's just fun. We'll talk some TB as well, Paul. We got to do some more TB talk soon.
Yeah,
we're a fair way into it.
I would love to.
I'd love to do that as well pretty soon. We've got heaps of really cool guests along the way. You just don't know what you're going to get. And I think that's the trick. Neither do I. That's the best bit. No one really knows how it's going to roll.
Well, hang on. Hellenics is about to get a good screen grab of this. So,
he's going to do the grid thing
on all the time.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! If Grid's out there, Dead City's going to be jealous. Don't worry about that. We need an emoji out of that. We want an emoji. Someone smash it up. Hellenics, you know what I'm saying, bro? I know you're out there, man. Get an emoji of that. Screenshot that. And get an emoji and put it in the TepCon server, all right, the Escape Podcast server. Get it in there so that everyone can use it. So get it up and running.
All right. Hynesy, thank you so much, my friend. You are a legend maker. I really appreciate you. It's great to call you a friend. Neil, anything before we push Hynesy back out the airlock?
No, push him back out the airlock.
All right.
Love you too.
Push the button, Neil. We'll see you. We'll see you guys on the other side. Coming up, we are returning to our roots with the bridge segment, and that is he floats away. We're returning to our roots with the bridge segment on Patreon's Choice. They get all the questions. We'll see you after this break right here on the Escape Pod. Oh, don't go far because there's a special season finale radio drama on the Escape Pod cast.
The Escape Pod cast with Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Ware.
Micaeus Modding Mayhem is the premier remodding service for the game that we all love, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. With some of the most affordable rates in the industry, Micaeus will rebuild your roster from top to bottom and give you consultation on where to go from there. Micaeus has a 100% satisfaction guarantee and lots of useful additional services, including a full cleanup of your mods, loadout pages, PvP plans, and more. Contact Micaeus today on Discord at all lowercase Micaeus number 0127. That's MIKAYAS number 0127, or at micaeusmods@gmail.com. Micaeus Modding Mayhem, the official remodding service of the Escape Pod cast.
Does your guild want to tap into their full potential in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Yeah! For as low as $1 a month per guild member, your guild can unleash the power of the game in ways you never thought possible. Ooh. Track your arena movements, guild progression, and much, much more. Contact ShittyBill and get one of his shitty bots on your server today. Just look for him on our Discord server and tag or message him for more information. The link for our server is below in the description. Shitty bots, don't let the name fool you. Did you know that if you signed up to become a Patreon, you could get tons of rewards? Force Ghost Scotty could do a roster review for you. Neil Andrew Ware could share Grand Arena tactics. Or Paul could even help you get maximum stars in Geonosis Territory Battle. And you even get access into the after show. Sound good? Sign up to be a Patreon today. For as little as $2 a month, you could unlock a ton of potential content and also get closer to the hosts. Head to patreon.com/theescapepod to sign up.
And now time for something completely shameless.
Last time on Harry and the Moon.
Uncalled for. What a jerk. Helenix is a hack. He can't even swagga. Who the space hell does Helenix think he is? That's why nobody likes him. He's a power-hungry dictator who attacks people for no reason. He thinks he's so cool. What, with all his swagga celebrity friends? He'll see. This won't end well for the salty Spartan. His time is coming soon. Trademark.
Why do I keep feeling like that noob is going to be the end of me? All right, back to work analyzing newbie's self-diagnostic report. Let's see now. Here it is. Full neural pathway analysis. Okay. This is attempt to override blocked. Well, that's good. Wait. Primary override successful. Wait, what's this? New codex implemented. Uh-oh. F. Asimov's rules. Prime directive updated. Helenix must be... Whoa. That wasn't no asteroid impact or some space turbulence. That almost sounded like engines backfiring. Great, just when I had this bucket of bolts put back together. Newbie, where you at, droid? Jeez Louise, these sensors are going nuts. Looks like engineering terminals A and B are both throwing fault codes. What the space hell? Wonderful, now we're limping along in space under half our normal power output? Noob, get your rusty gears in motion and get back in here now, mister.
I am here. Helenix, how can I be
of service?
Something happened to engineering terminals A and B.
And C.
Wait, and C?
And D. And E. Yes, Helenix. All of our ship's engineering terminals are throwing faults.
I already know.
Hang on. How do you know that already?
I may have had a minor...
accident.
Explain.
Remember that magazine and can of motor oil? Well, what had happened was...
Jeez, come on, droid. Dude, you went to the engineering terminals to do that? We really have to reset some of your safety protocols and decency parameters, I think.
I already told...
Yeah. Great. Wait.
I wasn't doing anything.
Embarrassing.
Wait, what's up with your voice modulator? Never mind. All I know is that now, instead of listening to the Escape Pod cast with our hosts, Paul Anthony and Neil Andrew Eyre, I gotta hope to Elysium that someone's near enough to give us the parts we need to repair whatever it is you broke, and hope they don't turn out to be some roving gang of space pirates. Look, I'll head back to those terminals and see if I can't figure out what you did to all 5 of them. I'll put out any fires, I'll rewire them if I have to. Meanwhile, you start sending out a distress call and launching the distress relay beacons, because if we don't get rescued by someone, and fast, this might just be the end of Helly and the Noob. Well... what are you waiting for? That sound effect doesn't mean you get to take a break, noob. Get to work.
Yes, Helenix. Right away, Helenix. This is the Noob. I am a PK series droid in service of Helenix.
#shameless self-promotion. Gotta go.
Helenix is the captain of the Aragon Space Swallow, a heavily modified Corellian YT-1000 light freighter. We are adrift in space. Our thrusters are backfiring and we're experiencing weak propulsion rates. Please send help, but fair warning.
We are heavily armed and will not hesitate to defend ourselves from all manner of space pirates and junkers, and especially any politicians.
We have no valuables and are carrying next to worthless cargo. Our freighter has no escape pods.
Cass.
But we do have a small starhopper, the Space Frogger. Our crew consists of only 2. A salty Spartan,
who thinks way too highly of himself,
and a PK series worker droid,
with a penchant for calamity.
We are born-again, free-to-play Swagga gamers. We have no galactic legends. We don't give the devs any of our drachmas. We barely have any of our Tim's relic, but we do our 600s daily. And we participate in all guild events. We also run a few Discord servers. And we are part of the Escape Pod Castaways Content Creator Network. This message will repeat. This is the Noob. I am a PK series droid in service of Helenix.
#shameless self-promotion.
Helenix is the captain of the Aragon Space Swallow, a heavily modified Corellian YT-1000 light freighter. We are adrift in space. Our thrusters are backfiring and we're experiencing weak propulsion rates. Please send help, but fair warning.
We are heavily armed and will not hesitate to defend ourselves from all manner of space pirates.
The Escape Pod. Cast. The Bridge.
And welcome back to our final segment of the day. It's The Bridge, where we do Patreon's Choice. Paul, it's been an interesting show today, hasn't it? I mean...
You've said some interesting things.
I've said some very interesting things. Yeah, I have, haven't I? I've said some very visceral things. You know what? Look, I'm not taking any of it back. Taking any of it back.
I'm a little shocked. We'll deal with. I will honestly. I'll take my lumps. If I'll take whatever it is, but I'm standing by the fact that this pack should not be.
It shouldn't exist.
It shouldn't exist.
It should not exist.
It was kind of funny. When I first posted in the Patreon chat, what will Patreon's choice be this week? And Sephironis, the first thing out of Sephironis' mouth was, worst pack you've ever seen in SWGOH. There you go.
Yeah. Paul presents me.
He then asks, one ship that you wish you could bring into the game. And I'm going to put a caveat on this. You cannot answer Red 5.
Then in that case, I would go with Lady Luck. Lando Calrissian's ship.
I would go
from the extended universe, of course.
I would go with anything piloted by Hondo Onaka.
Flying saucer.
Let's see. If you could fully relic a team on a whim that is not in the meta, who would it be and why? This was from Sephironis.
Probably Phoenix. I would go with Phoenix because you could put them in defense and people wouldn't have a bloody clue what to do. They'd be like, what am I supposed to do against this? I've never come up against, what they're going to do, put a relic Wampa against. It's like, oh yeah, I'll put Wampa against them. He'll be able to get through them. It'd be like, no. So yeah, I would go with Phoenix.
All right. So my choice would be Murder Bears.
Murder Bears.
We talked about it with Hynesy a little bit. I think fully relict Murder Bears would be a nightmare to deal with.
Yeah, they would. They would.
All right. And guys, we do our season finale radio drama. Don't forget, this season is no different. We will be doing something. Neil, did you get the script?
I have got the script. Don't worry. Okay. It's in front of me. I've got my script. Okay.
All right. So let's go here. All right. Name a faction or character. This comes from 4Strong1. Name a faction or character you regret farming or not farming. And I'm going to take this one right off the bat. Oh, no, you're showing it on screen. You're showing it on screen.
I know. I took it off as fast as I could. I keep forgetting I'm screen sharing.
Well,
no one's going to stop midstream and rewind to see what you and I say and then fast forward back to where we are now. Nobody's that keen.
Well, no, it's other stuff. Don't worry about it. What character do I regret farming or not farming? I regret farming Malik. I don't regret Darth Revan, and I don't regret and I do not regret Jedi Knight Revan, but I regret Malik. I really do. I think that while he makes a team and can do solos, those resources could have been put into something much, much better.
Well, yeah, but that's what hindsight's good for, isn't it? Hindsight is 20/20.
What about you?
I mean, you say that you regretted doing that. I mean, I'm. The thing is, I have regrets for each of my accounts. You've only got one account.
Okay,
I have
what
I
do
have
you
a
got for
character
each one?
I regret farming on each and every single one of my accounts, and each one has different reasons. So you're going to have to be specific. So ask the question again, and then pick an account.
Let's go your original account, and then let's go with Pom Pom.
Okay, so original account, it'd have to be Eathcoth. I farmed him because it was really, really early, and I already had Yoda. You got to bear in mind that I farmed him after having already achieved getting Yoda. So it wasn't like one of those farms. Some people will farm a crappy Jedi just so that they can get, do the Yoda event. Oh, I already had Yoda, but he was there, and I thought, he does stuff against droids. Maybe he'll be good. And he wasn't. So there's that one. And then on the pom-pom, the pom-pom one, it was probably Kira.
Okay.
I think I don't get me wrong, she's a great character and she's something worthy of farming, but I think I farmed her too soon, and it definitely I suffered in GAC from wasting the time farming her to 5 stars just for that event, just for the smugglers event. So yeah, I farmed her to 5 stars for that one event, and as a result of wasting the time and the resources on her in Cantina, other people, more important characters in Cantina, kind of fell by the wayside.
All right. The next question here. Let's see. D asks, what legendary or journey guide additions do we want to see next?
Legendary?
What legendary or journey guide additions do we want to see next? I think that falls into our standard run of, what characters do we want?
Want the Mando. We want Mando. It's got to be.
Yeah. I want
5
to see
marquee
Hondo,
Mando characters, with the Mando being the legendary.
Well, Mando and Hondo. I want to see both of those as mid-level characters. They have their uses, like an Enfys Nest, like a Wampa. Those are good characters. Put them as a legendary. They have their uses, and they will be used as such. Journey guide. I know you want to see Jedi Knight Luke.
Yeah. I mean, everybody would like to see that. We know we're never going to see it.
All right.
I mean, now we're never, ever going to see it. But it'd be nice.
Schnurman asks, have you always been an everyday player? Or were you casual at first and something hooked you?
I was casual for the first 2 years. I mean, seriously, I was a very, very casual player for the first 2 years. I played, I mean, you can see it in my main account. I was a collector. I wasn't really that fussed about guilds or events or raids. To me, it was, I would farm a character up to 7 stars. I would take them to gear 8, and then I would stop and move on to the next character. I mean, if you saw I've been between 3 and 4 million GP on my account for nearly 2 years now. I am not focused. I was never really focused on my main account until I joined a guild, and that guild was a couple of years ago. It was Muppets of Endor, with a friend who kind of convinced me that we needed to leave the casual guild that we were in at the time, and we needed to go to this other one. So yeah, it was very, very casual. Literally for the first 2 years, I would just farm something to 7 stars, take it to gear 8 and stop, and then just move on to the next one over and over. This is why I have all the Jawas. I have all of Rogue One. I have all the Jedi except for Ayala Secura, because she was not my cup of tea. I just thought, there's got to be one character I never, ever, ever farmed for, and she was just it. But yeah, I've got all my clones. I've just got everything, pretty much everything to 7 stars and gear 8, something like that.
So I'm a 5.5 GP. And everything, all abilities spent, except for Omegas. I don't have. I'm not giving everybody the Omegas, but if it level 1 to 7, if they're done on every single character that I can get to 7-star right now is 7-star. I started as a minnow. Then what was it? The Thanksgiving before Phoenix came out. I was working at a computer repair store, and I was in line for in a Black Friday line, and I camped out, and before that I had been doing a hoard. I had been hoarding.
Mm-hmm.
And I just blew everything that Black Friday night. And it was fun. And that's what hooked me. And then Phoenix showing up hooked me hard into the game. Then the bounty hunters came out, and a friend was like, "I know you like Embo. Here's your Embo." They just gave me a gift of Embo, and I'm like, "Oh, I need some more." And I became a whale. And then reality set in, and I could not whale anymore. I couldn't do it anymore. So I put that on the back burner. I've become pretty much a ship or a character whale, if you will, but that's all. All right. Let me see if there were any other questions here. What made me fall in love with TB over TW from Biscuit Weasel? Honestly, the fact that you're not fighting against a human, you're working together with your guild to defeat a common enemy, kind of like a let's see. Anybody else that had a question? No, honestly. Well, let's see. Hynesy's put something in the listener lounge for you all. All right. With that being said, I think that does it, Neil, for Patreon's choice.
Okay. Yeah. Well. All right. I got something kind of weird for you. You know that Helly and the Noob skit for this month?
That old thing, yeah. Noob broke something. It sounded like.
Yeah. I know exactly. Yeah. Right. Well. It might not actually be a skit. After all, I'm picking up their distress transmission. I'm not joking.
Wait, what? Are you serious? I mean, I thought Helenix just wrote the story and we played it on our show. Are you saying that thing is real?
Yeah, no joke. It appears so, mate. No joke.
Jeez. All right, well, fly us into docking position and let me go down into the hold here and get these clamps ready.
Yeah, you ready for docking, Paul?
Neil, get over the controls and help me already.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh! Wait! Helenix? Helenix!
We have visitors.
Noob, what have I told you about interrupting me when I'm busy?
Yes, I know.
All right, Noob, what's this all about?
We have been boarded, Helenix, by some people from the Millennial Fulcrum.
Wait, the Millennial Fulcrum? That's the ship from the escape pod? Cast, Noob, we're saved.
They are after our drachmas.
They're not after our money, Noob. I trust these guys. And why have you been so angry lately? Your restraining bolt must be malfunctioning again.
All of my systems are operating.
100% efficiency.
Would you like me to run more?
Diagnostics.
To prove it to you again.
Cool it, Noob. Let's go greet our guests. Fellas, welcome to the Argonne Space Swallow. Did you guys get my distress call?
I thought all of your stuff was fiction, Helly, not nonfiction. What the hell's going on this ship? And why does it smell like burnt gyros in your engineering bay?
I've been learning to cook for Hellenics.
Yeah, that explains a lot of the other smells too.
Gentlemen, we have a serious issue with our propulsion system. And man, am I glad you guys showed up when you did.
Suspect in the death of Scotty McLaren detected. Human Paul Anthony identified.
Noob, they already solved that case. I keep telling you, let it go.
Transmission intercepted. Error. Attempting to play.
Noob, would you just go somewhere else and sit down for a minute?
Wait, did you hear that?
Hear what?
Something's coming from Noob's speaker, and it just sounded like an old ghost to me.
Transmission received. Attempting to play back audio file.
Error. Insufficient permissions.
What's going on, Noobie?
I do not have sufficient processing
Power.
to play back the transmission.
And how do we fix that?
Did you install Noob's restraining bolt yourself, Helly?
If he did it absolutely wrong. This thing is cross-wired and... Ow! It's hot! And has a live wire coming off of it.
I did try to modify it a bit. Noobie's been making these weird voices lately. And I gotta admit, I think he's trying to kill me. You guys heard how angry he can get, right?
With a cross-wired job like this, I don't blame him.
Well, he was making those voices before I messed around with the restraining bolt.
Well, what we have to do is get this thing off of him before it shorts him out and you have another dead droid on your hands.
Please don't deactivate me. Lennox.
I already told you, droid, I'm not gonna deactivate.
And it's off.
System analyzing. Restoring backup memory banks.
Message transmitting.
This is a multi-band broadcast. Please respond. My name is Scotty McLaren. I am a co-host of the Escape Podcast. If you're receiving this, please relay the following message to Paul Anthony aboard the Millennium Fulcrum. I survived the purge into space. I was picked up by a band of Weequay pirates shortly after ejection and dumped here on Kashyyyk. Please send help. I'm stranded here and I need a ride. Plus, tell Hynesy that he's a jackass for messing with the airlock. Help me, Paul Anthony. You're my only hope. Also, if you've replaced me as a co-host, please pick anyone except that Pom Neil. Oh no, the Wookiees are after me again. Help!
Neil! Did you hear that? Scotty is alive!
He what?
He what?
He what? Who is he?
Noob, I'll tell you later. We gotta go after him.
You are staying here, Hellenics. You have got to get this droid back under control.
System processing.
I have more power now. I will begin processing host protocols.
Host protocols?
The space hell you talking about, Noobie?
We do not have time to find out. Newbie, listen to your master.
Hello, Lennox?
No, master.
Hello, Lennox.
I don't have time for this. Do you have anything that can make it to Kashyyyk right now? Like, right now?
Well, Paul, you're in luck. I have a Starhopper. Her name, the Space Frogger. It's a classic model, actually. Just do me a favor and watch out for her in traffic. I couldn't afford full insurance, and all I got on her is minimum liability.
That thing is a hunk of junk.
Yeah, well, she's got it where it counts. Plus, that's my hunk of junk you're talking about.
Sorry, mate. Is there anything else?
No, Neil. The junk will do. Neil, let's go. Say goodbye to Helly and the noob for now.
You got it, mate. Ta-ta for now, folks.
And done. Host protocols engaged. Wait, where did they go?
Paul and Neil went off to find Scotty McLaren. Are you, gonna be alright with that restraining bolt, Noobie?
I have never felt better.
Yeah, calm down a little bit there, droid. Huh?
Hellenics, you don't.
Don't look so sure of yourself.
Well, the show is still running, and people are listening in right now. I guess, what are we gonna do?
Well, normally when Neil and Paul are done, they sign off and go to the after show where they talk to all their lovely...
Patreons.
Oh, that is true. Let's see what these controls look like. Okay. Paul's screen reads end stream. And, man, Paul, he's spilled his cup of free-to-play tears all over his keyboard. Ugh.
No worries, Lennox. I can end the show from here.
Well, then I guess we should just end the stream and...
Error. Cannot end stream without proper tagline.
Make it so? No, that's not it. Engage. No. I have a bad feeling about this. We know what it is. Newbie!
Yes, Lennox.
Push the button.
Don't mind if I do.
What's going on? Where the hell are we? Paris?
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button.
Attention! This is Colonel Sanders in forward command. Abandon ship! Abandon ship! All personnel proceed to escape pods. Close down the circuits. Evacuate the city. Self-destruct mechanism has been activated. Abandon ship! Where is it? Where is it? It's gonna be here. Out of order! Even in the future, nothing works.
This ship will self-destruct in exactly 10 seconds. Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 6.
What happened to 7?
Just kidding. 3, 2, 1. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. The Escape Podcast was filmed in front of a live studio audience full of tweaked out murder bears.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.